Thanks for joining this new training. Last week for me was not so pleasant. And I don't want you to have the same experience I have. Probably you heard me sharing that I had a couple of new clients and they pay each $1,000 per month. And it's time to fulfill. So last week I worked very hard to complete a website. And guess what? I always tell to you, make a backup, correct? When I work in Word or Excel, I hate to lose my work by crashing the computer. And the same with WordPress. By installing a wrong plugin or whatever, the site can break. And that happened to me. In the morning, I worked until 3 a.m. I really wanted and also needed to have that website finished. And so I finished at 3 a.m. and in the morning my website had a serious problem. I had it to start over again. Can you imagine that? You work so hard under time pressure. You have that inspiration to complete, and the next day it's gone. You have to create it again. And the stupid part is the second time took longer than the first time. Even I already had created, but I didn't have the same drive. And the website is hosted on WP Gateway, but that only makes once in a week a backup, not every hour. So let me ask a question. If you work on a document in Word or Excel, how often do you save it? Only when you close the computer, or you save it also when a significant part is done? I hate to lose my work because I know I don't have the same inspiration when I have to do it the second time. How does that work for you? Would that not also you like that you can save your WordPress site with a simple click? So I told my team this needs to change. This was the inspiration to make backup as easy as possible. Are you guys ready to see it? So let me log in the website. And this is the backward. So I'm going to update the local team Jack version to the latest version. And you will see a holy grail new feature. Something you have been dreaming of. Something what you stay out of trouble. Something that is so incredibly easy that you say, how could I do without it? It's really true. So I'm updating now the team version. And if I click on our Team Jack Biz, you will see there's a new backup. Everybody see this backup? So if you click on it, you can start the backup of your website. Wow, is that so easy? Yes, it is so easy. It asks a confirmation, and now I make a backup of the website before I make a big change, like updating a plugin, like updating the theme version, like adding a new page. Whatever the change is, you want to create a backup first, correct? And if I have worked a half hour or an hour on my website, I want to create another backup. Okay? So once the backup is complete, you can go to your WGA website, and if I go to the backup versions, you will see that here, 15 November, today, at 11 past 8, a new backup was created. And this only by a simple click within local team Jack. Can I get a moment? Now you don't need to lose your website. Once you're done, at any time you click on backup, and once the backup is initiated, you you can close the computer, because what it does, it tells the WP Gateway to create a backup. So let's assume you create a backup and you messed up what you were adding. You just do a restore. So Jeff said, I thought that WP Gateway sites were backed up every 5 minutes. So why was that needed? No, every 50 minutes we check if the website is up. The backup gets created once in a week, and it gets called for 3 weeks. And that's what happened with me last week. I had a backup from a couple of days ago, but not from the last day. When I closed my computer at 3 a.m., I had made significant changes. I worked the whole day on it, but I did not make a backup. So do you guess what I do next time? I go to the backup screen and I simply click Start Backup. And that's all. That's all what I need to do. It just triggers the WP Gateway to create a backup. And I'm always safe. Now you don't need to lose your work anymore. You don't need to download anything. You just click on a button, Start the Backup. Everybody can do that, and everybody should do it. This works for any site host or managed on the WP Gateway. It works as long as the website is managed on the WP Gateway. Does not be hosted on the WP Gateway, but it needs to be managed on the WP Gateway. So if you want to use your own server, you only pay for the management of the WP Gateway, and you use this feature. So I know Arlene has her own server, and this works for Arlene too. You just tell kind of, hey WP Gateway, please make a backup. And WP Gateway is pretty smart to know if that domain is hosted or not. And if it is not hosted, it will just ask, do you want to add it or do you want to create an account? Have you ever seen this? Have you ever seen that you don't need to do anything to create a backup? It get hosted on Amazon. You can restore it at any time, just one click. Does this work for both HTML and WordPress sites? No, you don't have. For HTML, you don't have WordPress. Okay, this works in WordPress, Jamie. If you want to back up the HTML, you go to WP Gateway and you start the backup. This is built in Local Team Jack. Now it's also built in the security plugin. Where is? Okay, same feature. WH Secure. You also have backups. Okay, you can also start a backup from here, either from security plugin or from Local Team Jack. So it doesn't need to be a Local Team Jack website if you have the security plugin installed. Does that make sense? Wow, 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 wow. Correct? You ever seen this? So I guess bad things are for a reason. Bad things will let feel you the pain and motivate you to find a solution. Now you can start a backup within a backend of WordPress by one simple click. Cannot get easier, correct? There's not much to ask. Does the plugin only work on WP Gateway? No, the security plugin works on any the security plugin works on any website. The backup is connected to WP Gateway. Okay, the backup actually happens by WP Gateway, but we tell via the backend of the team to WP Gateway, hey, please start the backup. Okay, it's kind of a trigger, but you don't need to log in WP Gateway anymore to start the backup. You don't need to rely on once a week, because if I work the whole day on a website, I don't want to lose it. Correct? Do you want to lose a whole day of work or risk it? Do you want to risk your website by updating it and you don't know the outcome? Don't you want to create first a backup, do the updates, see if it works, and if it doesn't work out as you expected, you can do a simple restore. Okay, you log in WP Gateway and you do a restore. The backup is created. What do we do with clients using different teams? Within WA Secure, okay, Make sure if the website is managed or hosted on the gateway, you can create a backup via the security plugin. So you don't need local team jack. Okay? The backup can also get created by the security plugin. The security plugin is installed on any WordPress theme that is managed or hosted by the gateway. Does that make sense, Will? So it's no problem, correct? That is a no-brainer. That is something you said, I wish I had that. I know exactly when my website screwed up, when I updated the plugin and it caused problems. When I by accident deleted the page or make another change and I don't have a backup. So the backup gets created on the gateway, is all cloud-based, and from there you can restore it. It doesn't go to local. You don't need any file to download. It's all handled cloud-based. One-click solution. You don't need any computer knowledge. You don't need to have fast internet speed. You don't need to be afraid that your backup get mixed up. It's all simple by one button. And guess what? 9 of the 10 times you don't need to do a restore. But at one time of the 10, it can save your day. Maybe it can save even your client because you are on a deadline and you're already kind of a little bit late. And oh, I don't want you to have the same experience as me, that you lost all your work. Okay? Have you ever seen this before? Cloud hosted backup. Within the WordPress backend, one click. You can even start the backup. You don't need to have the browser open. You just have to initiate it. You see the progress. Okay, let me do the backup again. And here you see the progress. Okay, but you can close the computer because the backup get initiated and once it initiated to WP Gateway, WP Gateway takes it all over. Okay. Move you guys, make some changes on a WordPress site and wish you had a backup and could do a restore. Make some changes that you wish would never have done. Everybody, correct? It happens everybody. And it used to be hard and time consuming to make a backup. How often have I told you before you update a plugin, a theme version on your website, create a backup? How often have you done it? Very rare. Very rare you create backups. It's just too time consuming. Now it is not anymore. Now, with one click of a button, the backup gets initiated. And you can go to the Gateway portal, and if needed, you can simply do a restore. You can even do a restore to another server. Let us assume that server has some serious issues. You can do the restore to another server and you update the domain that it points to the new server. Bradley said, I lost an entire server about 2 years ago. Lost 4 major clients. Yes. Bradley, that is not, you were not the only one, okay? Everybody who handles with clients and the client sees issues with hosting the website, they're going to contact you, and if you don't have a good answer, they cancel. And Bradley continues, that cost me a lot of money. W Gateway is awesome just for this feature alone. Correct. You're so to the point, Bradley. Backup is important. Backup used to be hard. Backup used to be time consuming and specialist work. Backup is now easy. Everybody on this call, all of my members can click on a button, correct? So you need to create backups. Really you need. WordPress changes all the time. Plugin versions change all the time. You can mess up. So it is a must if you value your time and if you value your client that you create backups before your work and after your work. And whatever happens, you are saved. You are good. You can do a simple restore. Most of you guys are using no WP Gateway. Enter yes and enter no. Arlene said yes. Bradley said, and most important before any plugin or team updates. Correct. Peter said yes. Jeff said yes. Will said yes. Leonard said yes. Gary said no. Larry said no. Annie said yes. Jimmy said yes. Paul said yes. Patrick said yes. Carl said yes. Jim said yes. Raymond said no. So I guess 90% of you guys using the Gateway now. Delinda said yes. So if you are serious in your business, if you have at least one client, if your time is valuable, if you want to automate things, if you like one-click systems, you need the Gateway. You need to make backups. You need to have fast hosting. You need to have secure hosting. You need to have Amazon hosting. So this is a backup feature in every website built with WP Gateway. Yes, if you use WP Gateway Secure, you can do the backups, okay? It is also available in Local Team Jack and is a backup button. So there are 2 places where you can create the backup. The backup actually get only initiated and get created on WP Gateway. So local team Jack is now connected to WP Gateway, or you can say the security plugin is now connected to WP Gateway. So it is just simple by saying, hey, WP Gateway, I need a backup, start now, click. Okay? Now the backup cannot get downloaded. Okay? So the backups are on Amazon. You can do a restore easily. It's all one click. Okay? You don't need any computer knowledge. You don't need fast internet. It's the same format. You can restore it to the same cPanel, but you can also restore it to another cPanel. What means you can restore it to another server. If one server is broken or you want to whatever use another server, you can restore it to anything. Okay? Does that make sense? Any other question about the gateway? So that was basically it. I know it's only an half-hour training. I created a simple solution for a big problem. I always like one-click solutions. You don't want to have options this and options so because it all creates confusion. Okay? So I urge you to update the local team Jack version or to update the WP Gateway Secure plugin or to create a WP Gateway account and start making backups. Okay? You want to start making backups. You don't want to lose your work. Yes, you have full cPanel access. Okay, in WP Gateway, if you go to the domains, you have cPanel access. Okay, but the installation, the management of the domains, the management happened by WP Gateway. It creates backups once in a week. It saves them for 3 weeks. It checks every 50 minutes if the website is still live. You can say, hey, update the team version automatically. If there's a new team version, just update it. You can say update the plugins once the plugin has a new version. You can set up favorite plugins. So if you install a new website, you can install those favorite plugins as well. There's kind of nothing what I know what is not able to do. That is created by me, by a marketer, for marketers. I use it for all my clients. I sleep well at night. I wake up well at night. I'm not afraid that I get a call from a client and say, hey, my website is broken. And would that be the case? Guess what? I can do a simple restore. I am covered. Paul said, I did not realize that I could get an immediate on-demand backup with my secure plugin. Just did it. Amazing. We'll do this now as I make changes to my sites. Yeah, how can anyone live without the Peak Gateway? It is the best. Thanks, Jack. So I don't make this up, okay? That is straight from Paul. I really believe in the bottom of my heart that you need to create backups. And I haven't seen a better solution than I showed you today. So I hope you take advantage of it. I hope very well you don't mess up your website and you don't have a backup. I hope a client will not call you and say, hey, my website is broken and you don't have a backup to restore it. I hope you will not lose a client because they were upset about a broken website. I hope you can work productive, sleep quietly, wake up with a peace of mind that you're always covered. That you can go on vacation and you don't need to be afraid that your hosting messed up. That you don't have a recent backup. That you cannot do a simple restore. That your clients getting frustrated while you were traveling. And this all happens to me. I don't make things up. Peter said it is the best. I have tried other backup plugins, but they either didn't work or they were very complicated and time consuming to back up in cPanel. Brian said, do you ever have it at a cheaper rate? And the hard answer is no. Simply because I use Amazon. And Amazon is for the professionals. They serve high-end companies. With WP Gateway, I make it possible for everybody to use Amazon on an easy way. Okay? I don't think there's nothing, I really do think there's nothing better. I really do think that. And if there was, I would create it too. Okay? So there are still 5 programmers working on it daily. There are 5 programmers who does support. Most of the time is about cPanel and website transfer lately. So I run a weekend promotion and we get a lot of response from it. But that response results that, hey, I use HostGator, I use GoDaddy, I use Bluehost, and I want to move all my websites to WP Gateway. Now, that's a serious task. And if you run a promotion over the weekend, the Monday morning is not pleasant for my team. God, there's a lot to do. But that is fine, okay? That is fine. That is where we are for. And we make it better and better every day. Every day we make changes to it based on your questions, based on experience. Do you know what the biggest challenge is from hosting? From good hosting. What is the biggest challenge? What we take up for you. what we do for you, you know what that is? It is fighting with hackers, that they put some email code to it or whatever, and they screw your site up. So every time, that is why we created WP Gateway Secure, we fight against those attempts. So with WP Gateway, you get fast hosting. With WP Gateway, you get managed hosting. But one of the the most important element is you get secure hosting. Secure in two ways. One is we block and find bad code. The second one is you always have a restore button. So if something goes really wrong, you can just do a simple restore. Okay, so with that said, I really thank everybody for your time. You should take advantage of WP Gateway. Start to be organized, start to be professional, make backups, don't take the risk. It is not worth the risk not taking backups and working on your website, and if something happened you don't have a backup where you can make a nice restore. Okay, thanks everybody for your time, and I'm looking forward to see you next Tuesday 8 p.m. for the next training. Thank you so much.